Hello everyone and welcome. This is Christine with Pattercrafts, and today I'll be making 4 cards using the Flavor of the Month card kit by Scrapping for Less. The theme for this month is It's All About the Boys. So I have the ingredient sheet here and the card sketches that I'll be using. These are both downloadable over on the Scrapping for Less website. The link to their website will be in the description below. Because of some time issues this month, this video is going to be a lot different. I'm not doing a voiceover because we're going to just make these cards as is because I don't really have time to edit the video. So this is my first go around with something like that, but to try to make the video as quick as possible, I did do all my planning and cutting ahead of time. I did some coloring of images in between some things that I had going on, and anyway, so some of you may love this, some of you may hate this, but this is how this month is going. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here, and we're going to work on card number 1. Card number 1 uses collection 1. Collection 1 is the Gnome What. That's the name of it. So I am doing sketch number 1 for this. I thought the size of the gnomes would be perfect for like this white area here. So I've got my twine, which all I did was kind of wrap it around my fingers, and then I kind of tied it in the middle and used some glue to hold that down. I don't know how well it'll stay together, but so far it seems fine. Maybe when I get some glue dots, or maybe I'll use some multi-matte and put a lot on there and stick it down, it should be fine. These are the pieces for the inside of my card, so I'm just going to go ahead and put those there for a moment. Let me just organize my sort of chaotic mess. I mean, I have all the pieces here. So here is the gnomes. Aren't they so cute? This is a really good size stamp. This is what comes in collection 1. So here's my card base. I just cut it 5 by 10 so I can make a 5 by 5 card. And then I've got all these little pieces here. And I forget which way they go because they're not actually, well, maybe they are close to being squares. I kind of like trimmed them and then trimmed them again. So now I'm trying to see if they're supposed to, because this side looks like it sort of matches. I don't think it's going to matter because the little gnomes are going to be in the middle. So we're just going to go ahead and adhere these down. Things like this sometimes intimidate me a little bit. Ooh, I'm making a mess over here. Just because I feel like, what if the positioning's not 100%? But then I realize I think as long as I can try to get the outside to look lined up, if I have something on the, like like something going on in the middle, like he's going to be hanging out here, so no one's really going to know if those inside pieces are off by a little, if one side is a little bit closer than the other. I'm sure there are plenty of really great ways to work on that, but I kind of sometimes my crafting has to be quick. Like I still want to get the time in, but I just don't have a ton of time. Let's pop him up on some foam tape. And let's grab some yucky scissors. We'll cut some pieces here. Oh. And then this one's probably gonna have to be cut a little bit. I buy the foam tape that's like 3/4 inches because it's a little, well, I won't say for certain, but when I was looking at this size foam tape, those big giant rolls, it was a little less expensive than the 1/2 inch. This would really be better if I could talk today, huh? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pop him up in the middle, or them up in the middle. And then on here, like, it shows like a little snowflake. So what I did is I cut out the sentiment, or I used a mini stitched scallop circle die, this really little one, to kind of go in that area. I think that's gonna have to get popped up on foam tape too. I want him to come up over the leg. So we've got our little, now that it's popped up, I'm gonna have to figure out how I want it. Hold on. Gotta move it down a little. Sometimes when you want it to go over an image like this and they're the same height, you obviously the foam tape can't be up there. So anyway, we have that. Then I was thinking of just adding this little bunch of twine right there, but now I don't know if I like the way it looks. If we add it a little above, then it covers a lot of his face. I don't know, I'm gonna put that aside for right now and then I'll decide. It's still a little tacky, it's gonna probably fall apart, so let's just go ahead and put it aside for a minute. Sometimes when I don't know what I want to do with something, I just put it aside. Now I'm just adding a few of these like little enamel dots that come in this collection, and just adding them to some of these random mini circles that are in this pattern paper. And I'll just go with the 3. So let's put together, I cut these 2 pieces of pattern paper to be thin because I thought it'd be nice to kind of copy the breaks here kind of on the inside. So we're gonna put this one kind of here. I mean, I know it's not exact, but, and then we're gonna go ahead and put this one here. And then we have the little sentiment, "You are awesome," so that my card says, "Gnome what? You are awesome." And we're gonna go ahead and put this in the center of our card. This white piece is cut at 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. So there we go. I'm just going to add, if I can find it, of course, as I always add, some Wink of Stella. I'm going to add it just to their hats. So we'll go ahead. This is starting to dry out a little bit, or I'm not going to add it to, I probably should have chose 2 hats to not add it to, because the red hat I added white dots with a gel pen, and I find that if I put the Wink of Stella over the white gel pen, it changes the look. It almost, I don't know really how to describe it. It almost kind of blends out the white a little bit and makes it look less bright, if that makes sense. And I got a little black gel pen there, so you'll see like I'm trying to just kind of go around it. All right, that's all the fun we're gonna do on these little gnomes. So this is card number 1 using sketch number 1 and collection number 1, 111s. So let's quickly move on to card number 2. Card number 2 uses the collection Buffaloed. So we'll go ahead and pull these things right on over. The inside of this card is just going to be pretty simple. I just cut out a piece of like tan paper, kind of just to go on the inside. I don't even know why, because it's tan on the inside, but I thought I needed to put something in here. So there we go. Now that it's in there, I don't even know if I really like it, but I didn't want to use white. I thought the white would be too much. That might come out. I didn't even put it in there, on there straight. That's how much I'm not loving it. Ugh. Right, let's take a look at a white one. I usually have these white ones like all cut up and ready to go because I use them so often. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and put a white one in. I think that tan color is way too close to the card base color. I mean, I kind of had an idea when I was cutting stuff, and then I changed my mind. And so anyway, we're just going to have that white inside today. If I had the stamp set all out, I'd probably stamp the inside with the buffalo again and some light gray ink, which for me, that would be my Memento London Fog. Oh, I didn't even tell you. We're using sketch number 3 for this one. So I've got my plaid is my pink, and then I have this one here. I'll probably use this one that I already started to use. And that way you can save that one for something else because this one already has adhesive all over it. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. I'm going to add a little bit more because I did pull it up. But it didn't ruin anything. I think it bent a little bit in this upper corner. But on the front of this, that'll get covered. Oh, you know what? I need to put this one down first. So this one goes kind of right here. Then we're going to go ahead and put this here. Probably putting this up a little too far, but he's going there. Then we have our fun little flag. That was going to be like my piece that's down in the corner, but because it's kind of like on this little stick, obviously I'm not going to stick it down here. So we're just going to pop it up there, and we are going to pop that up on foam tape. So I have a couple of scraps from the last bit that I just cut. So we'll go ahead and add that. And I'm not really pressing it down, I'm kind of just putting it where I think I want it to go because I still have to put my buffalo down. Well, that ain't gonna work. If I put my buffalo here, you know, we're gonna pop him up on even more tape. Don't you love how this is? Like, I had a game plan, I had even laid it all out, and all right, we're going to go ahead and pop him up on foam tape as well. Am I even in? Nope. Fix that. Okay. And let's cut another little one for his other little leg. And we'll put this stuff aside. Because I don't want his face to be ruined. I feel like I spent a really long time trying to get this to kind of look like, you know, like get some texture in there, and I don't really want to. I don't want to lose that. But that sign has to be popped up on foam tape because of the stick. So I'm going to try to stick that up really high. And let's see what we can do with our buffalo. I probably need to take some of this off. I'm really sorry. if this is taking too long. But this is totally how I craft. Just sometimes I can take stuff out. I feel like, yeah, this is good. Let's see if I can pull that off. There we go. There we go. And then let's put our Have a Wild Birthday down here. Go ahead and I think I'm going to stick this kind of like this. I want to go under that. You know what? I probably should have put all that together after. And it's only because I'm doing this basically live that I'm having the most amount of trouble. I thought it'd be super easy, like just, you know, get everything cut up and you'll be able to put them together super quick. And unfortunately, it's been 16 minutes and I have only managed to get together 2 cards. Okay. All right. So this is our card number 2 using collection 2 and sketch number 3. Moving on to collection 3, this is Birthday King. So on here is sketch number 2, which is the gatefold with belt tutorial. So with that, I have all the pieces cut and I even kind of wrote down. So what you're gonna need, now I don't know about you, but when I printed out the sketch sheet, I couldn't read the measurements. It's probably just the way my printer printed them out. I don't know what they really look like on the website because I took a picture, sent it to my phone, or, you know, copied the picture to my phone and then printed it out. So if you go to the website and actually do the download, it might not be so bad. But anyway, so your card base needs to measure 8.5 by 5.5. So 8.5 wide, 5.5 tall. And then you're going to score it at 2.5 and 6 7/8, or it ends up being like 2.5 and 2.5. Because it's 2.5, I just scored at 2.5 and then I flipped it over and scored at 2.5. So that's it for your card base. And then we have our band piece that's going to go around the card. And this is 9 3/8 by 1.5. So it's 9 3/8 long, 1.5, and it is scored at oh, I don't know if I mixed these up. This is 2 1/8 by 1 1/4. Let me just peek real quick. 2.5. Okay, so this one is scored at 2.5 and 6 7/8, or 2.5 and 2.5, and this is scored at 2 1/8 and 6 1/4. I'll put those dimensions in the. I'll keep those together and I'll keep them in the description below. So, but let's get this put together. So for my little flaps here, I did cut out my pieces already. I didn't really spend a lot of time measuring these. I did my whole put it up to the area and figure out where I want to cut it. But I think it's about, I think this one's going to be too long. No, there we go. It is, I think it's 2 1/4 by 5. But again, I didn't measure it. I really probably should have, but I figured decorating or like adding pattern paper, I never use measurements, so I never think to put them in. Should have thought about this paper lining up before I cut it. See if I can get it to. No, I don't think so. Oh well. I feel like this is a little bit long. I'm just gonna trim a tiny piece. Okay, now for my inside, I have this piece for in the middle. So let's go ahead and add that. Then I have these two pieces for each side. This color cardstock is not included in the, look at that, I didn't cut it long enough. Well, that's a bummer. Oh well. We're going with it. We're going with it. Maybe if I don't like it later, I can just add some of that sticky gold paper like at the bottom and pretend I did it on purpose. All right, so in the middle I have this little king for the day. This is a mini stitched circle scallop die. We're gonna go ahead and put that right in the middle. And okay, so that's it for the card base. We have that done. So now we're gonna go ahead and do this piece, and I'm just going to, this paper, this gold paper that comes in the kit, it's self-adhesive, so all you have to do is pull the backing off, if I can get to the backing. Come on. Thing is, I don't really have, I mean, I guess I have some fingernails, but I feel like, and you can't really bend this too much or the glitter will kind of come off. There we go, I got a piece down here. Okay, let's go ahead and apply that on our band. And then before I adhere the back, I just want to make sure that it fits over it nicely. And then we'll go ahead and we'll adhere this down. So I'm just kind of putting some adhesive on both sides, but because of the way that it's scored, it's not really gonna fall apart. And then for on top of here, I have a birthday king. We're going to go ahead and pop that up with some foam tape. Oh, that piece might be too big because it's only going to go on the little band strip. So we're going to go ahead and put our birthday king there. And then I'm going to add a couple of these really fun, oopsie, I guess I don't really want to go on here too well. Oh my goodness. I don't know, I guess you can't even really tell they're there, but we're gonna go with it. I like it with or without. So then we're gonna just take that out and then you can open it up and you're king for the day. So let's go ahead and put that back in. And we'll call card number 3 done. Moving on to the last card, we are doing collection 4, which is called Tool Time, and we're going to do this Deconstructed. I thought this would be perfect for the tool one because you kind of got some rips going on. So let's go ahead and pull this stuff over. So for my main panel, I just used, or I cut the piece of pattern paper the entire size of the card base. So it is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then I just took that corner and just ripped it off just like it shows in the sketch. And then I've got this little square piece. The hammers look better that way, so we'll go ahead and, well, before we add that down, I forgot we got this little piece here in the middle, and that I just trimmed out to be the same on both sides so that it was the 4 1/4. And then I just ripped down both sides of it. So now we can go ahead and add our hammer piece down. And then we have this thin little strip. Where'd it go? I don't know. I'll look for it in just a second, but let's just go ahead and keep moving because this video is already 26 minutes long and I'm only making 5 cards. So I'm trying to keep it as short as possible. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the middle. For this, I just used the stamp set and I just added like just some hammers and nails down the side. And then I just wrote for the best dad I ever saw. Goodness, I don't know where that strip is, so I guess we're not using it. You could put a little strip here as shown in the card sketch, but yeah. So we also get these little, what are these called? Lucky Court stickers. So they kind of look like a ticket. So I wanted mine to look circular. I don't think the ticket would really go with the tools. So I took a circle die and I just cut that. And it cut really well. So just going to go ahead and add that there. And then I think I'm just going to add my hammer and a saw right here. So I think I'm going to add my hammer down below. And then we're going to add our saw on top of the hammer. And there are some enamel dots that come in this one. I don't remember what color because my enamel dots have, they kind of all got mixed up. But I'm going to use red because I think it's going to stand up or stand out against this brown paper a little bit better. And just because we like glitter, we're going to add some Wink of Stella to our saw. And our hammer, just the hammer head part. And that is it. That is card number 4. So thank you so very much for joining me. I hope you didn't mind this week. If you like this more, definitely, you know, let me know. You know, maybe we can do this way again. I don't really know if the video is any shorter, but you're definitely getting to see everything as it happens. So thank you so very much for joining me today. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you would like to see more from me, please hit that subscribe button. But until next time, everyone, have a great day. Bye.